is surely better when it's gone. You wanted more than I could give, more than I could handle. The life that I can't live. You wanted more than I could bear, more than I could offer. For love that isn't there. Love is color, love is loud, love is never saying you're too loud. Love is trusting, love is honest, love is not a hand to hold you down. I don't know when I got bitter, love is surely better when it's gone. You wanted more than I could give, more than I could handle, and a life that I can't live. You wanted more than I could bear, more than I could offer, and love that isn't there. I gotta pick me up when I'm down. I gotta get my feet back on the ground. I gotta pick me up when I am down. I don't know when I got bitter, love is surely better when it's gone. You wanted more than I could give, more than I could handle, in a life that I can't live. You wanted more than I could bear, more than I could offer, for love that isn't there. You wanted more than I could bear, more than I could offer. All you would show, you wanted more than I could give, more than I could handle, and the life that I can live. When I was born, they looked at me and said, what a good boy, what a smart boy, what a strong boy. When you were born, they looked at you and said, what a good girl, what a smart girl, what a pretty girl. Got these chains hanging around our necks to warm us, strangle us with before we take our first step. Afraid of change, afraid of staying the same when temptation comes, we just look away. This name is the hair shed I wear. This hair shed is holding from your brown hair. This song is the cross that I bear. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Be with me tonight. Know that it isn't right. Be with me tonight. Go to school. I write exams. If I pass, if I fail, if I drop out, does anyone give a damn? If they do, they'll soon forget. 'Cause it won't take much for me to show my life ain't over yet. Wake up scared, I wake up strange, I wake up wondering if anything in my life is ever gonna change. I wake up scared. I wake up strange, and everything around me stays the same. It's the hair shirt I wear, and this hair shirt is woven from. Okay. This song is the cross that I bear. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Be with me tonight. Neverland, everybody's favorite good guy, Tyyye, Superman. Julian, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for the like you back. A wild Tyyye. Don't throw your balls at me, okay, man? Till I ask. Be with me tonight, indeed. Let me turn this down a little bit so we can all hear each other. Well, stop it. Give me a second. How's that? Good level? Is that right? I think that's okay. Put the mouse around the monitor here. Oh, man. What a week. All right. Both the band and bare naked ladies, must say, dependent. What's up, little dude? How you doing? Let's see. Says, dude, what's up? We haven't talked in like a week or two. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, you know, things are good, man. Things are good here. I mean, hopefully everything's good with you too. I'm glad you're here. You know, hey, cheers. Oh, sorry, yeah, everybody's for a good guy, Tyyye, Superman. Hey, Winkies up, Winkies, and Clinkies. Another live with time. Here we are. 9:06 p.m. my time. Got some cool tunes playing in the background. Just some random stuff I picked. Oh, Amanda Marshall, Let It Rain. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can't hear me, let me know. You know the drill. Come on in. Just wait for people to roll in, that's all. Hey, Kevin. Good evening. A cup of coffee in hand, ready to go. Nice cup to shut the fuck up, eh? All right. So, you're in Alabama, you were saying? That's cool. Never been? Always wanted to go. I've got some tea in my cup tonight, so it's still a fresh cup to shut the fuck up. It's just I squeeze a couple bags. You know, it's a 2 tea bagger. Cheers to you. Little man says, glad I'm here too. It's fun to have notifications, but YouTube doesn't like fun, it seems. No, YouTube doesn't like fun. That's why I do bumpers, see? So, I don't know if you saw it earlier. You must have, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So, you might have to hit the notification bell, buddy. I mean, you know. See? There's a reason why I do that. There you go. I'm glad you caught it, though. Seriously. Bumper was the first notification I got in a bit. Well, that's good. No, I'm glad I do those. People bagging on me for doing them, too. It's like, man, why would you do a double video sort of? Well, why not? People don't know we're here. You know? Sometimes it's a good thing. Other times, not such a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But if people actually want to come and watch the live stream, they can. And this is me reminding them that, by the way, in T-minus 3 hours and somewhat, you know, so they know. So there's no excuse not to know. So this way they don't have an excuse to not show up. See what I'm saying? I'm glad you caught it, though. I'm glad you got that. YouTube has its way of, ruining the fun. Yeah, it really does. And I just, you know, I personally, just speaking for myself, I just come here to hang out and shoot shit and fucking talk bullshit, you know, and you guys, and likewise, I know. But YouTube picks on this channel, too. So, not much I can do about that. Kev says, just outside of Mobile, Alabama, at a Pilot truck stop. Sweet, man. Sweet. Always wanted to go there. Good old Alabama. If I hear the song Sweet Home Alabama one more time, I'm going to choke on my own vomit. But, you know, I hear the state and the city of Mobile is quite nice. Fun fact, one of my most well-respected wrestlers that used to wrestle, I don't know if he still does or not,
Bob Holly comes from Mobile, Alabama. There you go. Flavio, what's up, man? Little man says I always hit the notification button when I subscribe to people. I've had your notifications on since the first or second stream I joined. Wow, that's weird, man. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I do the bumpers. I try to give everybody a good heads up before I do anything crazy. At 9 p.m. my time, which is like right now, it's like 10 after 9 right now. I try to make up for the time zone difference or the delay in between. So that's another reason. How you doing, Flappy? It's good to see you, buddy. Kev said notification bell worked this time. Good. So yeah, I mean, I've always said, you don't have to like the videos I put up. You don't have to subscribe, but if you want to follow along, you guys know what you should be doing by now. I really can't hold your hand and help you, I guess. What's going on, Flavio? I haven't talked to you in a little bit, man. And this time you're going to stick around, or what? Fuck. Every time I go to talk... Stop fetching music. Stop it. It's counting. Every time I go to talk to you, you're out of the room. I'm like, with the flat. He's a busy guy, Hopefully the family is doing good, especially the little baby. Little baby. Flav says today I learned how to help a horse ejaculate. Okay, that's cool. Gross, but I mean, as long as it's for a good scientific purpose, I guess. It's not hurting anybody. Definitely not hurting the horse. Just don't pull too hard, okay? Now, when you were helping the horse, were you on top of the horse or were you underneath the horse? Hair flip. Good thing I don't have a ponytail in right now, huh? Yeah. Nay. Kev says, how are you doing, Mr. Fire? Yep. You all healed from that COVID? Oh, I hope so. Flav says it was actually interesting. I really don't need to know that, Flav. Could you not? Could you not? Would that be okay with you? Because that'd be okay with me. What is it that dumbass used to call it? Bestiality? No thanks. No thank you. Kev says, first hair flip of the night. Yeah, I got him good, didn't I? There you go. Always busting my balls and not in that way. Fly. Well, that's a great way to start off a live stream, Flav. I mean, talking about horse ejaculate. That's great. Yep, thanks, man. Yeah, carry on. I'll be over here. I'll be over here when you're done being fucking gross. Okay? Yeah, is it right, Kev? Yeah, exactly. Flat. Man, when that happened to, I was so worried. I really was. I was sitting there going, nah, because I heard it from Ted. I believe it was Ted that told, or it said something, had mentioned something, and then I had to ask him, and then he filled me in. Oh, no doubt that's still lingering and, not so good. But listen, man, you've been through the ringer 6 times fold. I'll say that much. That's as far as I'm willing to go into it. Unless you want to get into it, I will. But, you're still here. You're still around, and I deeply care for you. And that's me. Yeah, okay, I'm gushing, but I mean, I don't care. When it happens to somebody that I care deeply about, I get concerned, as you should. I'm just glad you're okay. So, oh man, more bad news. Ted had to go to the hospital. What for, Kev? I haven't talked to him in at least 3, maybe a month. I'm thinking 3 weeks, something like that. I've got a couple of funny videos that we put up here and there. That's about all. Sorry, clicking around here. There we go. So hopefully the music's at a good level. I'm trying to tinker around with that. Kev says, well, I sure hope one day Mr. Firelight's gone. Yeah, me too. The whole COVID thing, man. Seriously, Kev, what happened to Ted? Hopefully it's not like exhaustion or something like that, because this is going to be lifelong. Damn, you know. Again, I can't imagine. I hate that it happens to my buddies, man. You know, I hate that it happens to friends of mine. But yeah, Kev, I hope it's not like anything too serious that happened to Ted. But seriously, what happened to Ted? You can't just say that. I mean, let me know what happened. You know, hopefully it's not an accident or nothing. You know. I wish nothing but the very best for Ted too. I mean, he's one of us. So, as far as I'm concerned, you know. I mean, jeez, I don't want anything bad to happen to Ted. Nothing. You know, Ted is his lovely wife. She's a sweetheart. You know, she's a real sweetie. Same with you, Flav, and with your wife too. You guys are sweet people. See, no. Well, fair enough. You know, no holds barred, open discussion. So, I can't see it. Flab. You're one tough son of a bitch. You know, I'm still praying for you. You know, I'll tell you. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. That's just my opinion. That's just me. Kev says he had to go in for some tests for possible ulcers. Oh, I've been through that, actually. I've had stomach trouble growing up, and all stress related. Stress is the one that's the one that'll kill you. Oh, good song. I've had ulcer trouble before. Oh, I'm glad you can, Flav, because, dude, I mean, you ain't gonna go anywhere anytime soon, and if I have anything to fucking say about it. Oh, that's right, he got a colonoscopy. He finally got that done. I thought he was gonna get that done last month or something he was saying, but, you know, I hadn't had a chance to really catch up with Ted, to be honest. That much. I've been a busy dude running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but, yeah, I mean, we're getting waves and waves of, like, really, really uncomfortable and bad news all around. Actually, I just found out a really, really old buddy of mine who I've known since I was just a teenager, he passed away a couple days ago, just recently. I was just like, you know, I know his wife really well. Used to work with her at a Said Pizza place, my last job, and get one for Big Kentucky. That was the nickname. His name's Mike. It's a shame. He was such a nice guy. You know, all kinds of layers of bullshit, right? Just all kinds of layers of bad news and bullshit going on. Flav says, yeah, ulcers are horrible. Yeah, they are. They're painful as hell. I mean, you think hemorrhoids are bad? Jesus. I mean, my stomach lining, it would bleed. You know, yeah. Anyway, I'll spare you. But Kev says Ted's waiting on results. That's good, man. Hopefully everything comes out okay, but Jesus. You know, let me see here. Okay. Yeah, I had to reread what you were saying there, Kev, because yeah, ulcers, they're nothing to laugh about, man. That's painful. That you go through some shit. Like, literally, like you go through some bloody shit. I hate to say it, but it's true. Unless you see it for yourself, and when you stand up and you see it, yikes. You know, it's painful. Plus, I've always had gastrointestinal problems too, but I mean, that took it for me. Never had an acid reflux problem. I don't get heartburn. I do these days every once in a while. I mean, when I get it, I get it. It's like headaches. I never get headaches, but when I get them, I get them. It hurts, man. 2-5 says, I can't remember the last time a doctor touched my balls. Me neither, man. I'm getting close to 40 myself, so I mean, you might have to get the old, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't make fun of it because I do take that very seriously. Prostate cancer is a very serious thing, and every single organ that you have is very vital to survival. No, I don't mean to joke about that. Never been tested for anything herniated, except for discs in my back, but that's not the same thing as a hernia. You know, where they literally they cup you and tell you to turn your head and cough. You know? No, never had that happen. Went to my doctor recently. I actually had an emergency visit with my knee doctor, my specialist, recently, and she stretched the shit right in my left leg. My left knee is the problem one. Did a strength test, stress test. So she was trying to stretch me out to see what my limit was and if I gained strength back in my muscles surrounding the injury. And I gained 5%. Use. So 97%. Yes, sir. So when she takes me and stretches me, I have to drop trowel, and you know, her face is pretty close to certain unmentionables. And I've known her since high school. So yeah, we know each other quite well. You know what I'm saying? Oh, of course this song comes on after I say that. Fuck. She's cute too. That doesn't help. No, I mean, I love my doctor. She's great. So my groin is still on fire. From my groin right down to my big toe. My big toe was swollen there for the last couple of days. It's been tough to walk, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean? So let's keep reading here. Sorry, guys. Kev says I will have Saturday. I'm genuinely concerned about Ted's health. No, I am too. That's why I asked. I didn't even know he went to the hospital. I knew his colonoscopy was coming up, but I didn't know what exactly that was. I thought it was last month or sometime early this month or something like that. So, been meaning to message him. I think I did at one point. There's Lisa. At one point, I think I did. I don't think he got back to me though. But I've been trying to get a hold of him. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Hi, dear. We're live. Let's see here. Clive says yes, I had Nissa. I've heard of that before. I just don't remember how. Kev says I had peptid ulcer that heartburn 24/7. Ouchie. Yeah, that's no joke. Clive says they tighten my stomach sphincter. Oh, Jesus. Well, you know, you're gonna stay tight, right? Clive says I don't need to be a mod tie. Bullshit. Kev says I've had it done twice. Hey, man. So, like, is it... Oh, Flav says, hi, Lisa. That's her talking in between the big clinking stuff that you're hearing going on. Flav says I'm fine being me. I'm fine with you being you too, bud. Damn. Tightening up your stomach sphincter. Now, is that kind of an operation where they have to go in and cut you? Or is that the kind of operation where they have to go down in? Because that's... Yikes. I mean... Flav says I'm having a beer. Sweet. Cheers to you. Good. That's the whole thing. Drink them if you got them. All right. They do have to cut out. Kev says she went live yesterday on YouTube for a while. Hello, Mrs. Lisa. I haven't really caught up with any of my subscriptions that I follow on YouTube. I was watching my own stuff last night, trying to study up on a few things, and ended up passing out on the couch and didn't want to. I wanted to go straight to bed, but yeah, these things happen. I'm in a lot of pain, so yeah. Flat, what kind of beer? Hopefully it's MGD. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Every time I have one, which isn't very often, but you know, when I think about you, I think about you guys. Flab actually asked this time, Lise, what's for dinner?
Fried rice, ginger soy,
I don't know if you can hear, but chicken fried rice with soy and ginger?
Yeah.
And
with egg.
Okay. And sesame seeds. There you go. Okay. There you go. That's what's for dinner, I guess. Flav says Carl's Burger, Stella. Both are great. Both are really good. Yeah. Kev says, "Hey, I was supposed to say that, Mr. Fire." Hey, man, you know, flat beat you to it, I guess. I don't know. That's funny. That's funny. Neither one of you will ask me all the time, so I'll just answer. That's, little man says, since I'm not legally allowed to drink, I've just got myself a root beer. Whoa, you rebel. I love root beer. Root beer's great. It's the thought that counts. Yep, absolutely. Lucy's really kicking the shit out of the kitchen. What the hell is that?
Frozen vegetable medley. I don't have frozen peas, so.
Oh. Clunky frozen vegetable medley. Say it ain't so. I'll wait till you're done, dear. I'm just, on a live stream here. Yep, that happens. Flab says, Tyyye, throw that cigarette out. Actually, to be honest with you, buddy, these are rollies. Lighter. Cut way back on the... Well, that's not true because I have bought tailor-made since, but I'm going to be switching to this permanently until I can just... So, might not be for a while, but... they're like... Oh, Jesus, Lisa. Everything okay over there? But yeah, that's better for me, for sure. I'm working on it. Everybody's been harping on me for that. It's like, dude. Yeah, I'm already on it. Thank you. Let's see. BTT. Kev says, oh, PBR. Yeah, PBR is pretty good. I can't remember the last time I had a PBR. Patch Blue Ribbon. Flav says, your beautiful woman is breathing that second-hand smoke. Yes, she is. But, hey, at least it's lighter, so. Kev says root beer is delicious. Yes, it is. One of my favorites. My very favorite is crushed cream soda. Yeah, I'm Canadian. What are you going to do? Can't remember the last time I had crushed cream soda, to be honest with you. When was the last time we had root beers for takeout or something, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was takeout. We ordered out or something and had a, CO2 root beer, one of them. Not quite the same, but close enough. Let's see. I saw you look at it. Yeah. What I missed, though, from a long time ago was Hires root beer. Somebody looked that up. Hires. Just like it sounds. H-I-R-E-S. Hires root beer. That was good stuff. Mug root beer, not so good. Not my favorite. A&W root beer is great. That's pretty much closest to Hires I can possibly think of. Yeah, because if it gets any warmer than ice cold, A&W root beer is no good. It's the same thing. What's that, dude? Way too much sugar. Yeah, you're right. Hires root beer had a lot of sugar too, but they had actual natural ingredients, as far as I remember, growing up when I was a kid. You ever had Hires root beer? You never had it? Crazy stuff. Even Dad's root beer. It looks like a little beer bottle. That stuff's pretty good. A lot of sugar in that, though. That causes heartburn, believe it or not. Julian says, agreed, Barks is my personal favorite. I can't drink Barks. Barks is too acidic. Oh, you like Barks too? It's way too acidic for me. But A&W is a close second, definitely. But Lisa's right, there's a lot of sugar in that. Bev says, frozen medley vegetables, or back in the day it was called succotash. Yes, that's true. That's true. Just add hash browns. Kev says crushed grape. Yeah, crushed grape's good too. I really like that. When I'm really, really, really thirsty, like on a summer day, I like crushed lime. Believe it or not. Cream orange soda is good also. I like just cream soda. I like the orange stuff too. Not bad. A lot of sugar. Julian says mug is probably the worst in general. I'd have to agree with that. It's I don't know. Mug and barks for me. Just nah. Ooh, good song. No thanky danky. Little man says, yeah, Barks has caffeine, but it's cool because I don't really sleep at night anyways. You better get your sleep while you can there, little guy. It's going to get worse when you get older. Take it from us who know. Yeah. I've always been a night owl as far as that's concerned. I'm always up late, but when I crash, I crash. So, yeah. I'm not saying it's the healthiest thing, but you need rest at some point in your life, I guess. I just don't know if that's now. But I was like that too when I was your age, which I won't mention. Yeah, same idea. I just stayed up pretty much all night. I can pretty much go all night. But the thing is, you get so damn exhausted. And of course, hopefully you're doing well in school. Hopefully schoolwork's going good. It's tough to get rest and then try not to concentrate on what you're doing. Mr. Maxwell, how are you? Hello, ladies and gents. Well, hello to you. Welcome. Smack those eggs. Can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Sweet. The way she's whisking. I got caught. Sorry. I just caught in there. I wonder. Yeah, but, getting rest is just, that's one thing. That's the other thing. So, Kev says, I was just about to ask you, Kev, I delivered 32,183 pounds of Oscar Mayer's lunch meat. Okay, cool. Damn. Wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. Josh says Cook's Life, yeah, for sure. But yeah, it used to really give me heartburn. Barksdale. It's tough. It's really acidic. I love the carbonation in it, though. I mean, they have that part right, but it's tough to say. Man says, I believe it. School is one of those things where I couldn't give two shits, but only do it because I'm forced. Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, gotta get your education. Otherwise, it'll turn out to be somebody like me. No, I graduated. It's fine. We're good. Had to go back and graduate, but I did. I got it done. On the road, rock bands, party lifestyle, and all that stuff. But no, it's important to get your education for sure. Minor in the arts, yeah. So, thank you, Kev. Kev says, "Hey, Lisa, you're making a lot of noise there." Huh? Josh says, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Huh? No, nothing. Maybe not enough caffeine. I think that's my only fresh cup. I think second fresh cup today. I should get another one. What do you guys think? Yeah, little interlude, little break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some. Yeah, damn right. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I gotcha. Games with the sex, with electric shocks. Let myself loose, see the dummy in the snapshots. Play your games, learn to get on with your sacrifice. My body in the sun and help to get rid of the right time. And maybe then you wouldn't get
so sick of me. And maybe then you wouldn't get so sick of me. And maybe then you wouldn't get so.
Hang on, I'll be right there. Just give me 1 second.
And maybe then you wouldn't get so sick of me. Play your games, mark the names with black asbestos. If you're building me up to be the target for your cheap shots, I'll play your games, keep a blind eye on the nations. Strip my body up and scared, try to cancel out the white trash. And maybe then you wouldn't get so sick of me. And maybe then you wouldn't get so sick of me. And maybe then you wouldn't get so sick of me. And maybe then you wouldn't get so sick of me. I'll play your games.
There we go. Okay. Sorry, had to squeeze another bag. Imagine that. Ow.
Cause I know what you wanted.
It says strong root beer. Yeah, it is. Mr. Maxwell says, no, you said be like me. What's wrong with being tight? Oh, wow. Come on. Well, it's not coffee, it's tea. I just squeezed my bag for the third time. Nah, thanks, Josh. No. Don't end up like me, man. That's all I'm saying. Because I mean, you know, Sharps, he's a very really young man. If he wants to tell you his age, he can. I'm not gonna. But I was just saying, get your rest. That's all I'm saying. Kev says I had 3 tacos and Spanish rice and 2 glasses of buttermilk for dinner. It was wonderful. That sounds good. That sounds really good, except for the buttermilk part. I think we've already been over that. Rich, man, that stuff's thick. I mean, seriously. I mean, again, thank you for the like, people. I like you too. You don't have to do that. Buttermilk, no thanks. More for you. More for you. Yup. Yikes. Tacos, though. I can't remember the last time I had them. Can you? Yeah, we had quesadillas last night. Lisa brought some home from work. That was good. Who made those, by the way? Was it your boss? Okay. Okay, I thought it was you that made them. You know, they were really good. Yep. Anyways, you know, quesadillas, sour cream, and we had, what is it, mild salsa? Try to set mild salsa over there. I don't know, anyway, it was good. Josh says, on days I work, I get about 6 hours sleep. Yep, that sounds about right. Kev T, sorry, Ty. It's okay, buddy. It's all right. Still a fresh Kev, shut the fuck up. You know. Julian says, Ty, you've always struck me as a black tea guy. I do like black tea. I do. I just put a little bit of milk in that, no sugar. It's orange pico, actually. I should have mentioned that. Sorry, Kev. Which is black tea, yes. So I guess I do. I like black tea. That stuff's good. You know, it's nice and pungent. Julian asked me what my favorite type of tea is. My favorite's Earl Grey. Thank you, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, for that. I used to put sugar in Earl Grey. I don't anymore these days. I just like it with a little bit of milk in it. I'll drink that black. I mean, tea, I can drink black too, but I like to put a little bit of milk in it once in a while. I don't put sugar in tea anymore. I get enough sugar from fucking coffee. You know, which I've also cut back too. I used to drink larges and now I'm down to mediums. You know, so if I go to work, for example, when I go to work, I grab a medium. And when I'm on break from work, I grab a medium. So instead of large. So I'm doing good that way. Josh says never had tea and milk. No, it's it's not for everybody. Up here, close by anyway, one of the main provinces of the eastern Canadian seaboard, Newfoundland, they have something called sweet tea. Now I know they call the same thing down south, or is it sweet tea? You take just black tea, but you put carnation milk in it, carnation condensed milk, like sweet milk. And that's it. It's, I used to be hooked on that for years, but I can't drink that anymore. It bothers my stomach. So iced tea, yeah, sweet iced tea. I like both. I mean, the further south you go, the better it tastes because it's sweeter. I find, but hey, I'm not the expert, so.
The sweet is sweeter, the hot is hotter. The more south you go.
Right. So sweet tea down south is served ice cold with ice.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Kev says had a bowl of chili last night. It was good. Had not had chili in a while. Lisa makes a really good chili. I really like hers. I also like stag chili in a can. Kev, you're the expert on that one. Kev says jasmine is delicious. I like jasmine. Jasmine tea is really good. Little dude says, dude, sweet tea is incredible. Yeah, I mean, you either like it or you really don't like it. I ended up liking it. I had to force myself though, because I don't usually, like I said, I try to stop putting sugar in tea. So. But if it's made like homebrew, like the way you guys do it down south, yep, anytime. Kev says oolong tea is delicious. I know Lisa likes it. You like oolong? Or is it the opposite? Is that the one you don't like?
I can't remember if I've had oolong.
I can't remember if I had it either, to be honest. Isn't that a loose tea, Kev? Is that a loose tea? Because Lisa's into that stuff.
It's not necessarily a loose tea. It's a different kind of property in a tea. A lot of people use it for like. I think oolong can be used for like weight management and shit too. Like I'm not sure exactly what all.
Oh, okay. No, I can't remember the last time I had it. I'm sure I've tried it. I've tried many caffeinated drinks in my time. Josh says we like it sweet in Florida. Yeah, that's what my buddy Nikki was saying. She lived there too, and that's all she drinks. Especially in the summertime. I'd like to try at least the Florida type of sweet tea. That sounds really good. Yeah, probably be a lot of sugar in that for sure. It's just like mixing Kool-Aid. I think that's what she said. That's what she said. Kev says black of the berry, sweeter the juice in tea. Definitely. But black tea, yeah, I like it. Pretty sure this stuff's King Cole Orange Pico. Is it King Cole or is it just King Milk? It's white and orange, so it looks like King Cole couldn't possibly be authentic because King Cole has its own little sharpness to it. But
always orange Pico, not necessarily always the same brand.
Not always the same brand, no. We try to, not buy too many of the same things all the time, so. Nice for a little switch up here and there. Oolong tea. I don't know if I've ever had it. Maybe, I'm sure I have. But this is like years ago. Jasmine's great. Lavender tea, I really like. I think that's one of those things, though, if you either like it or you don't. So, I'm a sucker for lavender or anything. Kev says, look at Lisa, got info on tea. She knows her teas, man. She loves her coffee, too, but what was it back then for you? Was it more tea than coffee, or was it the other way around?
No, it was always more coffee than tea.
More coffee than tea?
I started drinking tea. If I got too anxious for a while, or my stomach couldn't handle coffee.
Caffeine.
And back then, I worked in a coffee shop at the mall, and I would go to David's, which is a tea shop around there.
David's tea.
They had all different kinds of tea, and so I needed to know what I was drinking. Like I liked herbal teas before that, but like
Yeah.
what was the difference in all of? Because like to me, before that, tea was just tea, and I knew nothing that of all the different kinds.
True.
There's like a Keurig tea as well, and it's spelled Pur. I think there's an apostrophe and then EH, and that one I think is like a blend of coffee and tea.
That makes sense.
That was different.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
Is it not? Anyways, there's a bunch of different.
There's way too many different varieties of tea. Yeah. She got into loose teas. When I first met her, she got into loose teas and stuff. And maybe you were always into it. I don't know. Because she's like she said, I don't know if you could hear her because the music is up, or maybe she's talking to. I don't know. Loose teas aren't my thing. Depends on what the flavor is, I guess. Depends on what the actual tea bag is, or the substance you put in the loose bag is. But I like it all. I don't really have a preference except for Earl Grey. Thank you. Kev says, off the subject of tea, Port Tiger Woods. What happened to Port Tiger Woods? See, again, you're setting it. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't follow golf, man. Kev says music too loud, I can't hear Lisa. That's why I turned it down. Or maybe she's not talking loud enough. I don't know. Like she's way over here on the couch. Poor Tiger Woods. Well, didn't he cheat on his wife with multiple chicks? And making buttloads of money. And I mean buttloads of money. Yeah, poor Tiger Woods. Although I probably should say poor Tiger Woods. I'm sure there's a lot of lawsuits happening. That would suck. Doesn't really seem to matter if you got a few hole-in-ones here and there, does it? After that. Anyway. Yeah, David's tea. That's still a thing, obviously. But where is David's tea right now?
Well, if it still had in business, it would be in Reason Mall.
In the Reason Mall, yeah. Cool. So maybe I'll take a trip there myself and see what I can conjure up. Who knows? I'm overdue for a mall date, especially with Alex, who doesn't pop in here anymore, unfortunately. I just saw Kev. Actually, I just saw Alex the other day. He's doing well. Yeah, he popped by work, and him and his buddy Colleen there. She's really sweet. She's a cool chick. Yeah, he's doing really well. There you go. Gonna do a mall date because I don't remember the last time I even hung out with Alex was. Well, anyway, yeah, overdue for a bunch of stuff. So, sweet tea. But yeah, I always wanted to try, because getting back to that, buddy of mine, Nikki in Florida there, she said, well, if you ever come down, I'm going to have to make you some homemade sweet tea with a bunch of sugar in it. And I remember her saying that verbatim. And I went, oh, because I don't really like sugar in tea. But, since you're there, you got to try it at least once. If you don't try, you don't know if you don't like it, right? That's the way she goes. No, other than that, not much going on, man. Just have to go back to work tomorrow, and then I'm off again on Friday, which is nice of the captain. So that's going to be different. Tomorrow night, going to get some stuff done. And then, obviously, working straight through Saturday, Sunday. Then I get my new schedule for the next week, so I don't know yet. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Kev says, oh, Tiger was. He was involved in a car wreck and smashed both his legs. Ooh. Well wishes, I guess. I mean, that sucks. That's not a good thing. Especially if somebody plays professionally like that. Hopefully he's got insurance on many different case scenarios there. I wish him well. Damn, that would suck. Car accidents aren't fun. They're not fun. I know personally. And you were involved in one, weren't you? Yeah, Lisa's also been in one. I've been in a few more than one, unfortunately. But, live to tell the story, right? So, lucky, very lucky. I can't drive to this very day because of it, but eventually. you know, fear is only made to hold you back. So that sucks. That sucks for Tyyye. Kev says yesterday morning early it happened. Oh, it's just recently. It's yesterday. No, I didn't hear about that. I don't watch news and all that bullshit, so I don't. You know what I mean? Whoa, that's not good. What time approximately? Do you know? Is it doesn't really matter? Still happening. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully, it wasn't his fault. You know, I know that's kind of sadistic to say, but you know, there you go. I'm just glad he's still alive to tell the story. Never really followed Tiger's career. You know, of course, everybody's heard about him because globally he's like the sensation and stuff, and you're going to hear about him anyway. Just like all these other athletes and stuff that you wouldn't even follow if you even got paid to watch them. You know what I mean? But and I never watched golf, so. But he's still human, man. I mean, that sucks. You know, you're going to show at least some compassion there somewhere.
I remember Dad watching when he won his first big tournament or whatever, but
God, that wasn't yesterday. That's what, back in the late 90s? Something like that?
Yeah, but I can't place it, and I can't bring myself, like, I'm not saying that I might not enjoy it in person, but I can't bring myself to watch somebody cutting the ball on TV.
No.
Like a whole bunch of, hundreds of yards.
No. I mean, the driving range, that's one thing, because you're the one doing it. You know, mini putt, that's another thing. You know, mini golf, that's fine. But
yeah, but I'm also not going to watch it on TV.
I mean, it's good to have it on the background if you need to take a nap or something. You know, it's good napping sports to watch, I guess. It's like that in curling. Like, what the fuck?
Or pool on TV. Can't watch on TV.
Pool is a billiards pool?
Yeah, it's not on TV.
Yeah, me either. Not happening. Kev says, is he popular at all in Canada? Yeah, he was there for quite some time. Actually, we all know who he is. I mean, golf just isn't, you know. Of course, a lot of adults these days, they go out and they still play golf and stuff. I don't play golf, so, you know. Some of my buddies go play still, you know, and all that stuff, but you know, it's just not for me. Nah, music's my thing, you know. Martial arts for many years, you know, baseball, hockey. I played football a little bit. You know, I was always active and stuff, doing something somewhere. Played basketball, but you know, I don't do that stuff now. Hey, Jer, there he is. Here for a minute, then driving to home. Okay, cool, man. I'm glad you showed up anyway. How you doing there, my buddy? Kev says, wait, no. Yeah, Kev says, single car accident, Tiger rolled his own vehicle going around a sharp curve. Well, shit. Yep, those curves will get you, especially if you're putting your foot on the gas. Take it off the gas, put a little bit on the brakes there, buddy. You about to say something?
I was going to say that somebody else was hurt.
At least nobody else was hurt, yeah. I mean, it still sucks that he crushed his legs, but, you know, no doubt he's driving one of those fancy schmancy cars or even just a rental car. I'm sure he's, even if Tiger Woods gets a rental car, it's not going to be a Yugo or something. You know what I mean? It's going to be a, who knows? Kev also says golf is boring. Yep. Boring as hell. I mean, I've seen a few good shots here and there. One of my bosses likes to watch it, and then he'd be watching on his phone or something. You know, once in a while, they'd show us like a cool shot. So it's just one shot. It's not like it's the whole, you know, whatever, how many holes there are. My God, control yourself back there.
Sorry. My allergies have been bad lately.
Allergies are bad. My sinus has been really acting up. There's pressure behind my eyes. Every time I wake up now, it's but
I don't know. Golf is boring, but there would be something really satisfying behind hitting a tiny ball and watching it go a couple hundred yards.
I mean, if you're doing it yourself, I get it. Yeah, I mean, you're whacking at a ball, whack a ball goes in a gopher hole. Then I put a flag on the flat piece just to give you a fucking hope. Robbie Williams. That tea's going down way too good. Let's see here. Jared says, glad to see you having better days. Yeah, things have improved a little bit. Thanks, man. You know, hopefully everything's going great over there. Yeah, things are coming up roses now, buddy. You know, just a matter of getting down to it. You know, as I was saying earlier, just got done a few days ago now. Just got through a doctor's appointment. Just this, you know, random call. Like, okay, no, let's get it done now. So I had to go in and she stretched that shit right in my left leg. Again, strength stress test. Sorry if you heard this already. I'm just for Jer. So for my groin to my big toe, which my big toe was swollen for a couple of days, that was not easy to walk on. I wasn't allowed to carry any huge weight. I wasn't allowed to lift anything heavy. I'm okay now, I think, but you know, still, I'm trying to watch it. So yeah, from my groin to my big toe, my left leg, it's not fun. There you go. Yeah, no, things are looking up. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Where are we at here? Kevin says no drugs or alcohol were found in his system. It wasn't a rental. It was Tiger's SUV BMW. Well, there you go. Top heavy vehicle. You know, he's probably going 130. Who knows? And I do sympathize though. Because accidents. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Just gotta be careful, I guess. I'm not the expert. I don't drive. Let's see. Kev says, see, now we can hear Lisa. Okay, good stuff. Kev says Tyyye is always improving because he is that guy. Fuck. I laugh because some of that part of that is true. I am that guy. Yeah. Well, I try to learn and live and learn and keep going forward. You know. Good song. Tough though. Yeah, it's been rough. Emotionally, it's been tough. Physically, forget about it. You know, gotta keep going. Somebody's gotta keep going. So I guess I will be that guy. No, I'm responsible for a lot. So if I linger back, it's not good for anything, especially for productivity. I'm in that spot. So I'm not saying it's me per se. I'm not saying anything, you know, fat-headed about myself. It's the special spot they put me in. I kind of put myself in that position because, you know, qualified, blah, blah, blah. But it's tough. It's a tough job. And that's pretty much all I do these days. I don't do anything. Like I said, I don't play sports anymore. You know, haven't rehearsed since we went orange. But we are going to be going back to rehearsals again here eventually because hopefully back to yellow soon. Hopefully, you pandemic motherfucker.
They already said they weren't going to bring yellow back until there was a vaccine.
Until there was a vaccine, yeah, well, there you go. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. They dangle that carrot in front of our faces, man. That's what they do. Kev says, Lisa, what was the dinner specials tonight? I think we already covered that, didn't we?
No, that's what I brought home. He wants to know what the special at work is.
Oh, at work.
Still, we don't have a regular special right now. There's a dine around town special that's going on, and we're still serving stuffed squash with side salad, a dessert, and potato skin, sun-dried tomato, and goat cheese.
Right. See, that part sounds good, but squash, no thanks. Set aside salad, sure, but
Lamb or lentil stuffed squash with rice.
I mean, lamb might be good, but lentil, fuck. Well, you know, it's not for everybody. I'm sure it's presentable though, you know, because they, at where she works, which we can't mention, they do food really well. They know food.
You can tell Kev to check out my Facebook page. There are pictures of him.
Did you hear that, Kev? Check out Lisa's Facebook. There's pictures there. Kev says, the sun will rise just as sure as it will set, so you might as well be as productive as possible each day. That's exactly right. I believe the same thing. Yeah.
When you're given the option
when you're given the option. Yeah, for sure. I am given the option. It is pro-choice, and I'm very happy about that. It's all in what you make it. Yeah. So, all I can do is hope for the best and try to nurse my injuries in my own free time, if that's possible. Kev's asking what kind of squash. I don't think he heard it.
Buttercup.
Buttercup squash? Buttercup squash. Jared says, take it easy, buddy. Talk again soon. Hope so, man. Well, thanks for at least hanging out for a minute. Appreciate it, man. Stay safe out there, okay? Come home soon. Kev says butternut is the best. I mean, that's the squash, yeah.
We use it a lot in our soups and in stuff, but the shape of the buttercup squash or the acorn. I'm not sure. Anyways, the one that's.
I don't think I've ever had acorn.
No, buttercup. It's just the shape of it. It's shaped like a flower, kind of when you cut off the top. So it makes it really pretty plating. But like I said, again, there's pictures on it.
Yeah. So there's pictures on our Facebook about it. Yeah, I'm not a squash guy, but butternut squash is not bad. Not bad. If I were to have to force feed say a turkey dinner or something, force feed myself some squash, I'd eat butternut for sure. What's that, sorry?
I like acorn.
Lisa likes acorn.
But
Okay.
like squash, it has. I like the potato-y squash more than I like
Me too.
the gritty squash, we'll say.
Yeah,
It's like I can't handle the texture and the nuttiness of like spaghetti squash.
Oh, I hate spaghetti squash.
Handle zucchini if it's prepared certain ways. But overall, I'm not a big fan of like the nutty, gritty texture of most of it.
No, me neither. It's different. Like, it's really off scale different. That's why I don't like it so much. That's just me personally, but Kim says, I know I look at Lisa's page often. I see it. I just like to hear it from you. Oh, okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like squash and turnips are just it turns me off for the most part. It's just not something I'd want to stomach.
Turnips are better than squash, and
I
I
agree.
never thought that I would like them when I was younger, and it's just a matter of how they're prepared.
Yep.
And they're like cabbage. They smell when they're raw.
That's
or like
true,
They
yeah.
have like a funk.
Yep.
But they're not so bad if you serve them right.
Because it's got to be done right. I've had steamed turnip before. That was interesting.
And being pretty bitter, you need something to it. Like you need.
I don't know what else they prepared it with, but it was good. It was kind of sweet, so they must have put something in it.
Typically, when it's sweet like that, they'll mix it with carrots or brown sugar or something like that.
I think it was maybe both.
That's common.
Yeah. Kev says, acorn squash shaped like an acorn. Yeah. I guess so. Kev says with brown sugar on it. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That'd be good. I'm a caramel freak. I mean, brown sugar's close enough. It takes brown sugar to make caramel these days. But cream of tartar, whatever. Or baking powder, depends on how you like your desserts. But see, I'm not a foodie. I'm not the food guy. That'd be Lisa. That'd be you too, Kev. You actually, when you tell me what you have for supper, man, you make me hungry every time. Like, damn. So you guys are foodies, man. Like, I just eat what I eat,
I like simple things done well and condiments with a straw.
Simple things done well and condiments with a straw? Okay. Me, I'm just simple. Keep it simple, keep it easy. Yeah, foodies, man. I never understood that. I still don't get it. I love food. Food loves me. Just a matter of me focusing on, expanding my palate a little bit. I've done that. Can I cook? Yes, obviously. But I cook simple. I don't go elaborate that much. I mean, if I'm cooking steak or something, I'm going to play around with steak because it's my favorite fucking food to eat anyway. But side plates and stuff, I mean, I try to keep it as simple as I can. I don't know. No, just not for everybody. Kev says, yes, they need to be prepared properly. I mean, it sounds like it. I don't really remember sampling a whole lot of different types of squash or turnips, to be honest. For me, it was growing up, my sister or, little mom, they both make plates and stuff, and they both have turnip there all the time, typically. Peas, I hate peas. Can't stand them. And that was always on the plate, too. But I'd eat it because, hey, if you don't eat, you don't eat, right? Kev says, yes, I'm a big foodie just like Lisa. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not I'm not on the same level.
Yeah, well, I think, like, I could learn a lot from Kev. It's just,
Down south, hell yeah.
I'm still, like, when it comes to being a foodie, I'm still, like, a baby in those terms. Like, I enjoy watching things, but there are a lot of
she's
people
such a good cook, though.
that are way more knowledgeable than me.
Sure.
Or have tried, a lot more different cuisines, like where your interest sits. Like it seems
where
it
captures your attention.
Yeah. I think Kev seems to be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm just assuming here. He seems to be more into barbecue and like deli meats and.
Well, he does live down south, and they know how to cook, man. The southern food, oh my god, so good. Very robust. Everything they make is full of balls. You know what I mean? Like it's got that very pungent flavors and thick meats, and man, I love it. I love southern cooking. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's plenty more people that know a hell of a lot more than me when it comes down to meats and cooking in general. I've always stuck to just linear stuff, just for the simple, you guys play around with side plates and everything, and you want to learn. That's the thing. You guys want to learn more, and you want to experience more. I don't have that knack. I just don't. It's just not my thing.
Well, when you're set in an environment that like is constantly coming up with like different things, and you're trying them, and it kind of sets off that creativity balance in you. Because it's not just a job at that point. It's, I like this stuff, with this pair well with that, like, because sometimes there's initiative there too, like for us to come up with something, it could be a special, like I'm not saying that it happens all the time, it obviously has to go through the uppers and stuff, but
it's a process, I'm sure, it can't be easy.
Also, you don't know what they're going to throw at you in the same sense as a special, so like you have to take some initiative on your own to like know more about certain kinds of foods. Yeah.
And that's the thing I don't really focus on. I just want to cook my plate, eat it, be done with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you enjoy to cook, but for you, it's more of like when you want to cook. Like you would rather go and I would rather make something most nights, and then when I'm really tired, not. And you're kind of the opposite, where you're like, most nights I don't want to make something, but some nights I really do, and that's when you put everything into it. Right?
Yeah.
So kind of like backwards.
Balances out.
Between us.
Yeah. I mean, she said it right there. It's funny because Kev just, before you said that, Kev just, so at home, does Lisa do most of the cooking? Yes. Yeah. I do, but I do pop in once in a while, and I try to, just like she just said, I try to be creative and stuff, and go all out, because I enjoy it too, not as thoroughly as you guys would, but I do, I like to play around with food too, and see what happens, and I'm not much of an experimental person, like I know what I know, and that's how I cook, but, it's how I was taught by my dad, or something I picked up along the way, like some jobs that I've cooked at, it's like, just like Lisa said, some things stick out in your mind, and you like them that much that you want to do it yourself. And, I guess that explains me in a nutshell. Yeah. Pip says your mom always told you to eat your peas, it's good for you. Yeah, and that's what I did. So, yeah. I don't now. Like, if I had the choice, no thank you. Beans and peas, no. I know, Ed DeWaite, I know. I just said something really blasphemic right there, especially to the southern person, a lovely southern person, by the way. But, no, just not for me. More for you.
I like them, but they have to be, like, I have to want them, like, crave the texture, or depending on the dish that they're in, because you do feel particularly with those types of textured things like beans, peas, soy, like baba or beans like soybeans or lentils. Like you feel like a burst of energy because there's so much nutrients in them.
Oh yeah, protein galore, iron too. It's not to say that I wouldn't eat them. It's just something I don't prefer. You know, there's people starving in underprivileged countries that don't have food. You know, so why would I abuse that?
Well, you know,
Wish I could just package up my share that I'm not eating and send it to them. Like here, you know, eat something.
well, that's the big thing is like us being in Canada, you know, trying to be more health conscious of what we eat, stealing food from places that don't have food, such as couscous and avocados that take a fuck ton of water and like.
Oh yeah. I can't stand avocado.
So many things that are considered a delicacy in otherwise poor countries that have nothing to eat.
Right.
But yet for us it's fascinating, so we have to have it brought in. So
yeah, because it's kind of exotic for us to have guacamole, for example. God, why? I don't know. Again, I'm just simple. Little man says, already been an hour. Yeah, I guess it has. Hour and 11 minutes, almost an hour and 12 minutes. Wow, time's flying. He says, I thought I only ate for 10 minutes. Well, it's a compliment to me. Man, am I really fetching up here? I'm going to shut the music off because that's not helping the stream at all. There we go. It's in processes on the go. Okay, sorry. No, it's a compliment to me if you guys are grabbing like a plate of dinner or something. Like, I know it sounds kind of funny, but if you guys are grabbing something to eat while you're watching, that's cool. I take that as a compliment. Thank you. Because I watch a lot of, live stuff for like TED, for example. I mean, sometimes you can't really eat while you're watching TED for obvious reasons. TED, your freaking subject matter. I don't know, man. It's got to be specific. Like, I'm just speaking for myself, but we like to watch Good Mythical Morning, for example, like when I'm eating, because it's safe-ish. It depends on what they're consuming. But they don't, it's very PG rated, so you don't have to worry about them going off in a tangent about really gross shit when you're just trying to eat something. So, for the most part, yeah. But there you go. Thank you, appreciate that. And yeah, time flies. Kev says, one day we shall have a cook-off. I accept that.
Hands down, you win, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. A Southern boy, man, I think you'd win that one. You take the trophy on that. We'll just I don't know, maybe I'll pour some fucking beer in the trophy and everyone's drinking of that. There you go, and then just hand it to you. That's how it's going to go. But the cool fucking food we could have at the same time, and we're both, Canadian cuisine versus Southern cuisine. There you go.
Well, right, and all different influences. Like yours is from your background growing up, and mine's mostly
Acadian.
French. Well, French, Acadian. Like, there's no, like, even my family, we didn't even have a lot of pasta. Like, I've had most of the pasta I've had in my life has been with you.
Yeah, and I've had mostly pasta in my life, pasta and steak. So, yeah, it just depends on dexterity. But, man, I bet you we could, all three of us, conjure up something tasty. Holy shit. We accept. I don't speak for you. You accept?
Yeah.
I accept. We accept.
We could figure out something
on the same plate.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know how those would blend at all.
Well, it doesn't hurt to try. Yeah, I think Kev's right. Kev says, Lisa, this is great. You're very involved in the conversations. Makes for a great show. Yeah, there you go. I try to involve everybody. Not just Lisa, not just me, but you guys too. So, real talk. No holds barred. There you go.
Thanks, Kev. I'm not trying to be mean usually. I just don't feel very talky after I get home from work for a little while.
You can understand. I'm sure Kev can understand that. Let's see. Kev says, improvise, adapt with your food, make it your own. See, that's, yeah, that'd be great. We should come up with a plate, all three of us. Even when we're separated like this right now, like just come up with something really cool. Who knows? I honestly think that you can make better steaks than I could, Kev. I'm just putting that out there. I digress. I concede. I concede to a Southern person. You know what I mean?
I think fuck it. I think we should just have him make some good deli meats, and we should go Jewish with some nice fucking pastrami sandwiches.
Oh, that'd be good. You know, I enjoy a good kosher meal here and there too. Depends on what it is, but
Maybe I'll have time to get rye sourdough down by then.
I love sourdough. I used to make my own too. True story. I don't bother myself with it now. At least it makes all the bread from scratch and stuff. I don't, that's her thing. And I know it sounds ignorant for me to say it's her thing. It's just, I don't know if I could be up to the challenge because she makes such good stuff that mine's just mediocre at best. I haven't had a whole lot of practice because of the fact that I didn't take the time to really do it. So, Kev says Canada's very healthy compared to the U.S. I mean, I think that's, I don't know, man. That's context sensitive. I mean, the food choices maybe, but I don't know. To me, it's non-comparative. Food's food. It's just different from where you come from. That's all.
Just depends on what class you're in and what you can afford.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Me at least we're po. We don't really have a whole lot of money between us, so we can't really afford elaborate meals all the time. But or let alone buying ingredients to make elaborate meals all the time.
Well, we're in, like, except for the past couple of months, it's been better than what it has been.
True. Not so much for me, but yeah.
Kev, I can't see your messages when you unsend them.
Yes, he does that to you too, huh? Yeah. Stop unsending stuff, man.
I can't see.
Lisa can't see. Kev says, just watching your live is food enough. Oh, come on, Kev. Thanks, man. Fruits of the labor, that's, morality. Ooh, I said it. Good. I hope that it's coming across well. So far, so good. Kev said, that's what I'm talking about, mixtures of our foods. Me too. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be down for that. I'm game for that. Kev also says kosher food is good from time to time. I love it. I grew up with all different kinds of multicultural foods and stuff, so I got to kind of, like, again, I'm not an expert, but I kind of got to sample, there's Yugoslavian dishes, there's, Jewish dishes, there's people of the Baha'i faith, they cook really, really good food. I really enjoyed that. I've sampled stuff from, Turkish food, some Russian plates, a lot of European stuff. I like the majority of it. I don't think there's anything I dislike that much. And I'm talking, of course, after your palate changes, after you grow up a little bit, after being a child. But, that's one thing too. I find myself, as an adult male, liking a lot more food than I used to when I was a kid, because you live in that little box, right? Because just like we said earlier, your parents tell you to, finish your plate, and that's what you stick to. So you don't really have that mentality quite yet, like that developed mentality to really branch out on your own and figure out for yourself what you like. But since I have had the chance to do that, I've found myself, I always like to try new things. I always like to try something new, because again, you don't know if you don't like it unless you try it. You can't be too picky these days. But me as a kid, I was pretty picky, just I think in spite of, living in that box, living in that routine, like, for example, like, Tuesday night craft dinner, Wednesday pork chops, that, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I like a lot of food now. There's very few foods that I just turn my nose up to and I can't bother myself to even go near. But I mean, I'd have to try it in order to not like it. So I've tried it. There you go. You have to give food a fair shot. It's just like people. Give people a fair shot. I don't suggest you eat people, though. Okay? That's just cannibalism, and that's not right. Kev says, talking about obesity in your country is healthier. Yeah, I guess so. Still, I mean, I think it's the same standard, though. I mean, again, it depends on what your diet is, what you're eating. I don't think our countries are too different that way, to be honest. I don't see a difference, honestly, myself. And, it sounds convenient, and I'm not just saying that to save face and say, oh, Tyyye is just so loving and loves everybody. No, that's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because I've had both cuisines. Like, we have dishes up here from, the States and some of the southern states too that I really enjoy. When it comes down to weight gain, weight loss, no, we're about the same, I'd say.
Depends on where you go. Like, I
Mhm.
mean,
Oh, it's topical, yeah, but I mean,
you would think
pardon me, topographical.
it's hard. Like, it depends on like lifestyle and like
Portion sizes and
not necessarily like body type, lifestyle.
yeah, sure.
Um, Work schedules, budget.
Energy output, yeah. Oh, budget's a huge factor. I honestly don't see a very big difference between the U.S. and Canada. I'll be honest. Now, see, I got to be careful what I'm saying because I'm Eastern Canadian. We're a little bit off the map, a little bit different than the rest of Canada, to be honest. That's just my opinion. That's how I personally feel because we have dishes over here that the rest of Canada hasn't heard about, and vice versa. So we're really far up into the right. So, you know. Um, Speaking of routine boxes, I guess we're kind of stuck in our own little boxes too. Like, when it comes down to, I think Acadian food's a good example to bring up when I say that. I love Acadian cooking. I've always, French cuisine or, you know, um, even Southern French cuisine, like, Louisiana, that type of stuff, the Bayou, Memphis, all kinds of stuff. Texan food, I love. I mean, I fell in love with it right away. Um, it's just topographically, I feel, I think that's the big difference. But, I think it's the same result, same outcome. You know, I don't know. I don't really see a big difference between our countries, to be honest, for a lot of things. So, um, Kev says, okay, then let's say it this way: there are fatter people in there are fatter people in the U.S. than there are in Canada.
We got some pretty like.
We're pretty hefty too, man. We got some robust people.
We got a balance of it all. Like it's.
Yeah.
It just depends.
I don't really see. I still don't see the difference. I don't see the difference. I don't look for that in people anyway. Like it doesn't matter what your outside looks like to me. But no, I'm not saying that's what you're saying. I'm just saying for me. I'm just I don't have that shallow mindset. But it's just people have the same character flaws in both of our countries. Like I said, it's pretty. To me, it's comparative, but to a lot of other people that I know personally, it's very non-comparative. They probably agree with that, but I'm well traveled. I'm educated, I guess. Maybe you're not talking to the right person. Maybe Lisa has better things to say about it. I don't know. Honestly, what I experienced though, I've always loved, and that's it. That's how simple it is. Man, I don't know. That's a good point though. Statistically, I guess. I mean, if you're looking that up stats wise, because I know there's a lot of stuff out there, especially on the internet, because we all know everything on the internet's true, right? No. But like pure health stats, people look that up and stuff, and I've seen a few things here and there, like charts, and yeah, I guess so. But I'm the type of person that if you're in that moment yourself, you'd have to see it for yourself. So, and I've seen a lot of shit. You know what I mean? They keep saying everything's bigger in Texas. No, it's the food, it's the places. I never necessarily thought that the people were bigger. I don't look at people like that. But yeah, I've seen. Okay, yeah. I guess so. I guess that's true. I thought it was more of a, if I remember right, like places like, geez, I might be off base here, but I remember seeing like health stats in different states, for example, because different states vary obviously in dieting and that little routine box we keep bringing up, that I keep bringing up, like Idaho and Utah and Nevada, where else? I've seen stats on just many different states And yeah, I guess they say that, you know, the obesity level's not good. I mean, you know, I haven't been to some of those places I mentioned, so I wouldn't know, you know. No, for the most part, what I've experienced myself, I don't, it's non-comparative, you know, or, you know, I should say comparative, sorry. You know, I've always loved America myself, you know. I love our neighbors, so love thy neighbor. I do. Yeah. Again, maybe I'm not the best person to be talking to when it comes down to that stuff, anyway. You know, I'm not a very judgy judgerson. So, but back to food choices. Yeah, I mean, I never really took the. I mean, part of me does regret that. I'll be honest. It's funny because I was thinking about this earlier when we were talking about it. Part of me regrets I didn't really branch out and try to be more creative with food, but it's not my interest. You know, even though it's what I do for a job. Yeah, but it's different. You know, and maybe I think in spite of why I do that for a job, maybe that's it. I think Lisa was right when she said that earlier. It's just something I'm not really privy to. I'm more creative in musical sense than I am food or most of anything else, to be honest. Yeah. So, and even that's comparative too. You know, when it comes down to maybe not music choices, but just music in general. You know, it's yeah, that's really funny. I'm glad you brought that up, Kev, because you know, it's amazing to hear different sides of opinions and you know, to ask those blatant questions like you know the what if ones or like you know how do you feel about this because we feel this way and it's cool. I like to talk about stuff like that. I always thought there was a hoot, you know, because who knows, I could learn something, right? You know, and I'm not closed-minded to learning new things. That's for sure. You know, speaking of multicultural, I mean that's lack of a better term because we're pretty much the same culture. Kev says we're going to be wearing. Oh, what's this now? Oh, we're going to be wearing masks and social distance crap for years to come. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel the same way. We, the people, should be in control of our government officials, but that is no longer true. That is no longer true. Our government controls people. Yes.
Well, it's been that way for longer than we'd all like to admit to ourselves.
Yeah.
Minus the masks, that's like a year in, but I mean.
That's a different conversation for another rainy day.
That's not really your typical internet conversation, but Kev, yeah, we're in China over here, so don't worry about it.
We're in what?
China,
right. So when I talk about being comparative between both countries, we're pretty damn similar. So what you're going through, we're going through it too. Governmental stuff I try not to talk about. They can all suck an egg, as far as I'm concerned. They.
Make it Canadian, you're a moose dong.
They can suck a moose dong?
Yep.
Well, okay, you can say that. I'll agree with it. Moose dong. They can suck a moose dong. Yeah. The people that are in control of us can't control themselves. So how are they supposed to control us?
There's also somebody in control of them.
There is, yeah. There are a few characters that are in control of them as well. That nobody talks about. I'll talk about it. Just not right now. Who watches the watchers? Who governs the government? You know, I guess that is the question, isn't it? Because shit rolls downhill, and we're catching all the shit in the bottom. So, yeah, they can suck moose down. Yeah, I agree. Right.
Well, I figured you'd have to throw a Canadian animal in there.
Yeah, once in a while, you got to throw Canadian something in there. You know, they can suck beaver tail. No, not working for you? Well, damn it, that worked for me.
Caribou?
Caribou? Yeah. Well, caribou's tails are about that big. So, I mean, okay. Yeah, it's a challenge for them. Even though the government can suck a fucking golf ball through a garden hose. You know, especially when they're really focusing in on one individual person and change their life for the worst. Kev loves moose dong. I don't mean to say it like that, but he's moose dong and 2 smile emojis.
Oh, he likes the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moves down. Yeah, I'm not a fan of our government, let alone your government. Not a fan. I see what it does to people. You know, there's many things I could say about that. We don't have time for that. Welcome back, Josh. I didn't even know you left. Moose down. We're talking about moose down and how the government can suck moose down. Both Canadian and American governments can take a really, really, really long jump off of a short pier. You know, if they break their neck, well, that's a good day for us. Not a fan. Not a fan. I was not a fan when I was a kid, and I'm definitely not a fan now. The whole, I mean, when I was a kid, the whole concept, you learned about it in elementary school. And I remember they taught us a lot about the voting system and how you should do this and should do that and should do this. Maybe it's part of my rebellious nature when I was a kid, and I still have it now. I'm just more informed, or more well-informed, I should say. I learned the easy and the hard way. So, but when I was a kid, I remember just the government, the whole thing sounded ridiculous. Like there's just one person that's a celebrity, yet they're running a country. What the fuck is that? You have celebrity status. Like, you're either one or the other, man. Like, you know, if you're a famous person, you're a famous person. If you're a government official, you're a government official. I mean, does that sound funny to you guys as it does to me? Like it always did when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, they're world renowned. You know, they get treated, you know, so well, and you know, people do things for them that, you know, they wouldn't do for any other celebrity. It's like, well, what the fuck's the point? You know, and that's one aspect of it. That's just one branch. That's one thing I feel. But really, like, okay, you know, and they waste trillions of dollars on this one individual for their own safety. Okay, what about the rest of the country? So, let's take a great example for the U.S. I mean, we're indebted, obviously, ourselves. I think, I don't know how far we are, but in debt, I mean. I'm sure it's up in the billions. You know, it makes no sense to me. Why don't we give? I mean, we're giving, and I say we, both of our countries are giving money to other countries right now for purposes I won't mention. So why not give that to underprivileged countries? So this way, you know, we can sort of somehow, and I know there's politics involved in that too, which I won't even get involved in. But there's people dying every day. If you can save a life, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Show some compassion. Stop it with your greed. Stop it with the Antichrist sort of outlook and anti-Christian outlook on. Now, when I say Christian, I'm trying to be careful, but you get what I mean as a general, right? I'm trying to be clear. That's not the way humanity is supposed to be. But see, they aren't pro-life, they're pro-choice. They ruin everything for the rest of us. And this is the example they're setting. So if you really want to ask me if I like government, no, I don't. No. It's very, very poor choices. They all the time. You know, the things that they got to do to snivel and, you know, backslide their way just to sway your vote their way. It's not. I've never voted a day in my life. I'm not going to start now. I don't give a damn. So, wow, you know, I try not to be too elaborate because I'm sure I'll be followed home by another white SUV with tinted windows. And by the way, I have your plates, you stupid pricks. I'm not afraid. You know, I'm not scared. I mean, whatever. What happens, happens. I'm just one little spoke in the wheel, man. You know? Just a damn shame, you know, you got to pick on people that you shouldn't be picking on. That's all I'm saying. And they throw away so much money. It's thrown away. You can't tell me different. You cannot tell me different. I don't give a damn who you think you are. They throw away money when they could be utilizing that to help out somebody else. Right? So that's the small definition. That's just a small part of it, what government means to me. Control and power, it's never a good thing, you know. Kev says pro-choice is good or bad. I agree. Yep, I agree. Myself, I'm pro-life. I mean, at some aspects of it, I can be pro-choice too. It just depends on the context, that it's used in. But in terms of, just trying to help people.
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Which is
Pro-life versus pro-choice? You're talking
kind of, yeah, kind of. Pro-life versus pro-choice. And I'm talking more governmental because they're not pro-life, they're pro-choice. That's what I just got done saying.
They're not even pro-choice around here.
Around here, no.
The clinics that have...
No, well, that's, again, shit rolls downhill. I'm talking like the people in power, like the actual people in power. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, that's another subject right there. Like, the medical sort of aspect of it. Yeah. Josh says, they say if you see a nuclear bomb being dropped that you dig a hole 8 feet deep, 6 feet to the side. Well, I mean, back in the 1950s, I want to be topically correct here. They, in classrooms, and you'll get this joke, I hope. In classrooms, they yell flash, and you're supposed to crawl underneath of a desk. Enough said. Yeah. Nuclear blast. Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, to be honest. An old boss of mine, actually a really good buddy of mine, once said that if a nuclear bomb does happen to be dropped, hopefully it drops on top of his head. I'm actually going to agree with that. I hope it just, and I'm a shadow. That's it. So, there you go. Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I'm surprised they haven't dropped a napalm bomb that gets rid of this coronavirus, because, hey, we're all expendable. We're not people. We're dollar signs. We're just money to them. So I'll go ahead and say that. I don't give a shit. Shut me down if you want. But, oh shit, he's speaking the truth. Uh-oh. Yeah, so they used to, buddy. So yeah, flash. Oh God, okay, get underneath my desk. I'm safe now. It's not the falling debris that you have to worry about, because the falling debris hits after. It's the Kev says nuclear blast. What? Yeah. It's not the falling debris you have to worry about. And that's all I'll say about that. Once again, the Ron White quote, from one of his stand-up comedies. It's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing. So it's true. So don't forget to hide under your desk or dig a hole 8 feet deep and 6 feet to the side. Don't forget to do that. Walk around with a shovel with a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'll keep you protected. That'll keep you safe. Oh yeah. I was gonna go somewhere else with that, and I can't remember where the fuck I was gonna go. Masks. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. I wear mine. But there you go. I guess I can make fun of myself for following what they want, right? There it is. Oh no, Ty speaking the truth again. Uh-oh. Oh no, don't do that. Kev says all I did was get under my desk for earthquake drills. Yeah, earthquake drills too. I mean, earthquakes make more sense if you're going to hide under the desk, right? That makes more sense. But I believe, I'm not, because I didn't live back then, although I would have liked to, because people were generally a lot nicer, forced or not. I think they used to do the same sort of drill, though, did they not? If I'm not mistaken. I remember reading up on this. In case of a nuclear attack, yeah, you hide under your desk. For those of us playing the home game, and it's been a long time since I've been in school, obviously. Desks, if you hide under a desk, the last time I checked, there's 4 legs and they're wide open. You're exposed. I mean, there's not a whole lot of places you can run. You're going to be exposed anyway. Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, masks. That's a bitch. They cause your sinuses to swell up. I'm just speaking one simple case scenario. Pressure in my head's been pretty horrible lately. I had a mild headache there the other day when I was at work, and I don't usually get headaches, but all we're doing is breathing back in what we export, which is carbon dioxide, among other gases and other chemicals. Sure. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. What?
Proper PPE for mask wearing is supposed to be changed every 20 minutes, and you're not supposed to touch it at all.
Yep.
So by us putting it on, taking it off, setting it on our chins, setting it wherever else, we're contaminating the mask and then breathing in those bacteria as well as passing those on to the people that are around us. So they're not being properly worn. They're ineffective because of how we're using them for whatever little effect they're supposed to
Whatever
have.
purpose, yeah.
And yes, they are hard on the sinus. They're hard for people, particularly who have
Breathing
issues, allergy issues, disabilities, trauma, like mental issues like PTSD.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And you do not find exemptions here. They're supposed to be available here where we're at, but they don't allow them in most places, even though it's part of our constitution to allow.
Right, because it doesn't really matter if you do have a piece of paper that says, I don't have to wear mine, by the way, here you go. They're saying, yeah, but still put it on because you're going to be sitting, close to other people. It's like, fuck, man. What's this fucking world coming to? I saw something, when I was a lot younger, I saw something kind of sort of like this happening where there's, a pandemic or like, some huge, flash in the pan sort of thing that's going to alter our future. But I didn't quite picture it like this, where it's that elaborate, where it's negative, and there's nothing positive about it. Come on now. Let's face it. Let's call a spade here. Yeah. It causes more problems than it does anything else, obviously, because there's nothing good that comes out of it. I have my own opinions on how it started. I'm very well studied on it. Well, I'm still studying on it, actually. So I shouldn't say well studied, but I'm studied on it, and I'm still staying on it. There's no quit in me, man. I don't quit. I don't give up. Way to go, dumbasses. That's all I'm saying. Speaking of government, they had a hand in that, by the way. I'm just saying. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a fuck if somebody didn't hear me or heard me. They're going to hear it for themselves anyway. So when the truth does come out and it's declassified, hopefully we live long enough to, excuse me.
I thought the volume was down. I'm sorry.
Get off your fucking cell phone. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so once everything's declassified and they really find out the truth on certain subjects, they'll be like, oh, but see, they do it on purpose. They wait 50 years. I'm just throwing a number out there, 40, 50 years, for anything to be declassified for a reason. Do you know what that reason is? I do. So, once again, people in power, people in charge, they do not know what they're doing. I would rather they do know what they're doing in a certain evil sense of the factor of it. But no. Some people that are in positions of power are barely human. And I'm trying to be careful when I say that, because there's other things I believe also when it comes down to that, that I have studied up on and I'm continuing to study up on. I have to make sure I get it right before I say anything. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I'm willing to die for the truth. That's what I'm willing to die for. And if I disappear, that just means that the things that I've been looking at have been right, and the people that share my same beliefs, they'll be justified. So I'm protected by something. I know that for a fact, and I know exactly what that something is. Elementary school, that great big loud, right, and you're just like, and it terrifies you. Same case scenario, single file. Watch out for fires. Little Timmy put away those matches now, Kev says, I had a headache about 2 months ago. I took BC powder, cleared it up quick. Good stuff. All right, cool. Good for you. I'm glad you found something that works, though. Kev says, tell people to wear masks, then shove people in a sardine can /plane, and then say they can eat, dine in. It's retarded. I agree. It's been going on since the whole fucking thing started. You could be medically exempt. It doesn't matter. You still have to,
They don't care.
They don't care. They just, because they have to make sure that you reinforce everybody else's safety, not just your own. But isn't it kind of ironic when you think about it? Because isn't that selfish to begin with? And they want you to be selfish? I fucking hate that.
I think it's funny that the virus automatically disappears when you take off your mask to eat.
And the placebo effect. Yeah.
Or like when you're sitting at your table, that's fine.
1 minute it's there, and the next minute it's gone. You're fine, and then you got to put it back on so you can leave. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's so funny. Kev, stop retracting your messages, man. No, but you're right. That's such a weird theory. Mentality, man. It's those little tiny things that make you laugh in life once in a while, and you're sitting back going, "Well, ain't that a bitch?" Right? Like, that's a great example right there, Elise. Yeah. So you're okay. Like, you can dine in, right? And you can eat your food without a mask on. You can take your mask off. Oh no, you're fine. No, go ahead and take it off. You're fine. But any other time, you have to put it back on.
Also, my tongue.
Lisa's biting her tongue. Oh boy. We both have to on occasion because, we could say the wrong thing to the wrong people or the right thing to the wrong people.
You know how something's so real you have to remind people about how real it is every day?
Yeah, I've never heard of that theory before.
I'm just saying.
Have you seen past vlogs, dear? Yeah, no, it's true. That's absolutely 110% correct. Ain't that a bitch? Kev says, very good. Lisa, walk in, wear a mask, but it's okay to take it off to eat. Yeah, right? That's so stupid.
It's going to get you in the bathrooms, though. Don't forget to put it on when you go there.
Oh, yeah, when you have to go pee? Yeah, you better put your mask on. Or actually, as soon as you stay around here, as soon as you stand up, you got to be wearing a mask. If you leave the table, physically stand up out of your seat's still right there, you're right there beside it, you've got to put a mask on.
Bathrooms are not COVID safe.
Bathrooms aren't COVID safe? Bathrooms aren't safe for a lot of different stuff, man.
Well, you would think it'd be the other stuff you'd be more worried about.
That's what I just said. I said stuff and not shit. In case people are eating. You know what I mean? Yeah. But remember, be considerate to your neighbor. You have to care about them. It's them first. But, and I agree with that theory, but that's not the right context. That's not the way I was grown up to believe. Morals, the other white meat. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. That's one thing that just boggles my mind. It's something that just really sets me off, and I end up giggling under my mask. Yeah. Especially when that's a good example too. And it's no fault of the establishments at all, but say I'm drinking at my favorite watering hole, and at one point during this orange phase, we actually literally had to keep the mask on, but to take a sip of beer, which you're not supposed to do. But I guess that's okay. Again, it's not the establishment's fault. People are just doing their job. But I mean, and I love every one of them because they do their job very, very well. But, that's probably worst case scenario, I think. In the restaurants we work in, we do have an opinion that way, and that's basically what we just shared. And that's what it is. It's very, very silly. I mean, silly is an understated word, but I guess when it comes down to that. But I mean, if you guys and dolls have a better idea out there, let me know, because very simplistic. It's maybe that's why it's so funny. It's just a very simple thing that just seems so ridiculous. It just seems so funny. I can't honestly say that since I was a kid, I could ever see anything like that physically happening around my environment, But of course, nobody saw this coming. No.
Oh.
No, fuck no.
The BC that Kevin was talking about for headaches is like aspirin, but it's like a powder.
Oh, yeah.
That you snort.
You snort the powder, Kev?
It looks like a little pixie stick thing. The picture that he sent me.
You snort stuff for a headache?
Or maybe you don't, but it's like a little powdered stick. I can't.
Please tell me you mix that in a drink, Kev.
Or do you mix it in a drink? Like,
I can't see that going too well.
I don't know.
Because once again, when cocaine comes out, that's when I leave the fucking room. I don't want to shove anything up my nose.
Well, he didn't say that. It's just I can't imagine. Like it's a powder.
Just looks convenient. It looks
like a little pixie stick, and I'm thinking your nose. Like what?
Kev says put it in your mouth. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah, that sounds much better than what I was picturing when I seen a powdered stick and us referring to sinuses. And I'm like, okay, so like the other white powder? Like, what are we talking about?
What, anthrax?
At least it's not Ajax.
At least it's not Ajax, yeah. Little Cheech and Chong reference in there. Right?
That was pretty big on.
Thanks. I've seen the movie more than I'd like to admit. Not a big fan. Yeah, okay. Well, that makes me feel better. Yeah, no material should be. And I mean this in a wide variety of senses at this point, especially when it comes down to COVID testing. You should never put anything up your nose, including a finger. Gross. Let that be a lesson. Yeah. Take it from a singing tomato. That sounds interesting. Oh, there's Steph. Steffi. How you doing, Steph? Hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's just all around weird. So masks and putting things up your nose. Yep, awesome. Good stuff. Oh, Mr. Bone Daddy's here. Hey, Travi. Or butt. Yeah, don't put anything up your ass, man. You know, you're going to kill yourself if you do that. You know, so I've heard. So I hear. Prostate exams, that's one thing.
Don't forget to cough.
Don't forget to turn your head and cough, yeah. Cup your balls and, hope that you don't feel anything move. But I'm sorry, if somebody has their hand in your balls, something moves, call it a self-defensive mechanism. I don't know. I've got bad nerves as it is, so if I kick you in the balls while you're cupping me, sorry. Welcome, Steph. Steph says, hey, pals, what's happening? Nothing you'd probably want to know. Yep. There's ladies present. Uh-oh. I missed you too, Steph. Yeah. I mean, unless you're getting a proctal exam or, hey, things happen sometimes and, hey, you just, Yeah, it's quite the life. Of course, I want to fucking know. You can pretty much get the gist if you read up a little bit. Say to yourself. Yeah, where is Big J? I thought Big J was going to show up. Big Johnson, where are you, man? Where are you, brother? Things come up, though. It's okay. I'm pretty impromptu when it comes down to doing live stuff anyway. Probably pisses Kev off to no end, and I don't mean to. But, yeah. I wish I could do this more steadily. Steadily? Yeah. That's a good question, though. I haven't talked to Johnson in quite some time. I mean, yeah, a couple comments today, but, I mean, before that. It's the same thing with Ted. Like, I want to, catch Ted at some point. Bone Daddy says, yeah, I'm working, unfortunately, just on my 15. It's amazing, little Julian earlier was saying that he was eating while he's watching this. You're saying you're on break and you're watching this. You guys are incredible. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Trav, we're overdue for some drinks, man. Speaking of watering holes and not buttholes, watering holes. We're overdue. Just want to let you know that. I'm pretty sure you figured that out for yourself. But hopefully you're not working too hard. And hopefully you're not working that late. I know you usually do, but Steph says just got done work. Yay, that's a good thing. And no doubt you're working like a mofo too, because you've probably been on since this morning. At least just got home for Friday off, like I said. But yeah, I haven't started at 5 in quite some time. It's always been either 4 or, at 1.3. Let's see. Oh, Steph says since 12. Lucky guess. Kev says, go back to lockdown just like March. We can get an overload of tie again. No, that's way too much tie. You don't need that much. I mean, this is harsh enough. You know what I mean? Yikes. And plus that was a really boring time to sit at home. I mean, I could use the rest, and I'm glad I had the rest. Speaking of which, I just got my taxes done yesterday and owing the government $750. I don't even give a shit if you guys know or not. Because of CERB or the stimulus or whatever you guys. Again, it's all comparative. So I predicted about that same thing. So anyway, at least it's done. Trav says, let's get her done. I'm down whenever. Me too. Yeah, we'll talk about that, Trav. Steph says, nice Pearl Jam shirt. Thank you. That's an old one. It's a 1996 American tour. I almost said world tour, but American tour. Yeah. That's back when Pearl Jam was on top of their fucking game, I think. Well, at least, early mid-90s anyways. Kev says $750 owed. Yes. Yep. I knew we'd have to owe something. I predicted about 900, but I'm just glad it was only 750. $750.31.
I'm supposed to owe like at least 12, so we'll see if whatever I didn't make this year brings that down a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not really too sure how to go pay that off, to be honest. I'll look at. I have a bookmarked link on Firefox here. I'll take a look at.
You can.
No, I know. That's why I said I'll
install it on your bank account.
Bank, yeah. So I'll look into that and just get it done and over with. Yeah, for me and Steph it'd be CERB, or for us and Steph it'd be CERB. I think, yeah, they call it stimulus in the U.S. So I was just trying to be relative, just so that Kevin could get it. Anyway, so same thing. Yeah, because I mean, at least we're taken care of. But like I told everybody, and I was talking about that with people from work too. And people from work are just like, yeah, I just got mine done too, and I have to owe this much, and I'm surprised. I'm like, I'm not. It wasn't free money. It's not free, So I'm just glad we got anything at that point. Kept the roof over our heads and everything. So, yeah. Kev says I claim 0 plus extra 100 a week deduction, so I always break even or 100 or so bucks back. That's not bad at all, Kev. That's good. Good for you. Bone Daddy says I'm down for coffee some morning. You're around, just let me know. That'd be okay if morning existed in my world. I usually wake up about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, no, that sounds fine. Or you can just come on over here or something. I can make us some here before I have to go to work or on my day off. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to do. Kev says it's your money, Ty. You pay into it. Yep, you're damn right. And I do quite a lot for it. That's for sure. So it'd be okay. It's just a matter of getting that dealt with, and then we're good for the whole tax year. So, no big deal. I just got to find a proper way to get that all handled and taken care of. So I'm constantly studying and looking into stuff. That's another thing I'm going to be looking into. Yeah, because I'm the type of guy that does his homework on a Friday, so he has the rest of his weekend to enjoy it. You know what I mean? So get her done. Yeah, so I guess it all depends. Tip outs are going to help, that's for sure. Because I don't get paid until a couple weeks from now. We get paid old military fashion where I work. So it's very, very weird. Like every 15 days type of thing, like the old school way. It's the only job I think I've ever had besides, I believe, one more that I've ever gotten paid that way. And the other one was a check. So anyway. Let's see here. Steph says, you just got to say no to mean, Vern. Know what I mean, Vern? Camp Kiki? Yeah, exactly. Get one for Mr. Barney, by the way. Love her, this man. Bone Daddy says, I always pay in an extra $25 a pay, plus I'm working from home, so I can claim that, hoping to get a good chunk this year. Hoping. Fingers crossed. What are you doing back there? Oh, it was open. I didn't realize it. Fucking deceased over here. Sorry, didn't mean to kill you, Mr. Bernie. Yeah. Ernest Goes to Camp is one of my favorites. Ernest Goes to Jail is another favorite. Ernest Saves Christmas is another favorite. Actually, I pretty much like them all, to be honest with you. Just saying, I was a huge Jim Varney fan, still am. Actually, I think Ernest Saves Christmas would be my favorite one, because I think I watched that the most when I was growing up. It was always on the, I don't know if it was Disney or whoever put it on, but it was on it was on quite a bit around Christmas time. And that one and Ernest Goes to Camp, they're my favorite. I like those. The whole story about how Ernest came to be is insane. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is fucked. I invite everybody else to take a look at that. Jim Varney's life. And it's funny how we never met Vern. It's funny how they never came out with it, and I'm glad they haven't, because, I mean, they fucking really ruin a lot of good things from our childhood when they do spin-offs of stuff, or like they do redos, or like prequels or sequels and prequels to sequels. It's like, no wonder I drink. I can't keep up with all this shit. It's amazing how they didn't have like Vern movies, finally, but yet they can have a character like Wilson from this part up in Home Improvement. Ain't that a bitch? Ooh, I love that show, by the way. One of my favorites from back in the day, though, Steph, was Perfect Strangers. It's still one of my favorite shows of all time. Let's see. Trav says, well, back to the fucking grind. I'm so sorry, man. See y'all later. Take it easy. Take it easy, you too, man. Let's talk soon. Yes. I was thinking about you the other day, man. I was thinking about how bad I feel because we haven't really caught up. So, Steph says he was created for marketing campaigns involved into movies. Yes, that's true. I remember that. I remember some of those commercials, and some of the campaigns. That's funny. You can't get that jean jacket vest and the gray t-shirt and the hat and everything out of your head. You need to think about that character. Very well written. Obviously really popular, and there's a reason why. Precola, indeed. Steph says, not sure how I feel about the Punky Brewster remake. I haven't checked it out. Didn't the original actress that played Punky Brewster, isn't she in that too? Some part of it, or a cameo, or isn't she a character or something? I never really watched Punky Brewster that much. I remember watching it a little bit, but I wasn't really into it. Steph says Balky. Yeah, I was just talking about Perfect Strangers being one of my favorite series of all time. I like both characters. I like both Larry and Balky, to be honest. They just how they play off each other, and when they sing together too, they're pitch perfect. I mean, the Broadway actors turned into sitcom stars, and the talent, though, and then a lot of that show was ad-libbed, believe it or not. I mean, yeah, there was a script and everything, but it's barely edited. Like they kept mistakes in the show too. Well, low budget, filming and stuff, but I mean, a lower budget. They still had a pretty good budget to film it on. But yeah. And that's how Family Matters and Steve Urkel became a thing. So, what?
Nothing. I keep on looking for stuff, and then the keyboard appears, and then it adds extra stuff to what I'm looking for. It's fucking annoying.
Couldn't imagine. That cell phone shit that I don't really give a shit about.
I can't really search on themselves right now. So.
You can, yeah. Just okay. Was that a hint there? Was that? Were you trying to tell me something?
No, it's just I can't.
Steph says, "Yep, she's punky again." And what, like 47? I mean, like, no offense to people that are older than, or really, she's Punky Brewster again as an adult. I would rather go watch Miranda Sings, right? Like, not knocking on Miranda Sings. Actually, I find her entertaining. A bit too kiddie-like for me, but let's see. Kev says, how about Coming to America 2 with Eddie Murphy? That looks good. I remember liking the first one. I mean, parts of that movie were funny. I remember that. I'm not a big movie guy, though. Yeah, I'll say it again. But, yeah, I'd probably check out a few clips of that. I don't know if I'd sit through the whole thing, but it looks promising. I mean, some of those movies, they do that right when they come back with a sequel. They don't really fuck it up. Like, they don't tell a different story than what they should. If it's a continuation, I'm going, okay, cool. It really sucks that it's been like 20 years in between, or 30 or 40 years in between, like some movies. But, I guess in that case it'd be 30, but, who's to say? I can't knock it because I haven't watched it yet. You know what I mean? Steph's over too well as her as an adult. I mean, again, I said it right there. I can't knock it because I haven't tried it. I haven't tried watching it. I don't remember. Excuse me. I don't remember really watching that much when I was younger myself. So, somebody was talking about Alf the other day. Now, I used to watch Alf in between shows, so I wasn't really a big fan, but I would watch it. And that dad character, he's been in everything in the 80s, man. You know, I actually like that actor. I just can't think of his name right now. Man, I think I spent most of my time watching like older shows when I was a kid because Dad introduced me to like, you know, WKRP in Cincinnati. What else? You know, he'd make me sit down and watch Dallas sometimes. I don't know why. I'm just trying to think of other things. I wasn't really into much Three's Company, I guess. I used to watch that. I can't watch that now. I can't stomach it. It's funny though, but I can watch Perfect Strangers. But I mean, you know, I have my favorites. I mean, call me picky, or maybe not too picky, but a little bit picky. Kev says, Alf, that's old school, great show. I mean, it was for its time. You know, I don't know if I can, go back and watch that again. Did you used to watch Alf? You the same way?
I only seen a few episodes. I was really little when it was airing. It's been on Prime for a while, guys. So if you
Alf is on Prime, true.
So if you need an Alf fix or a Married with Children fix, perhaps.
I never really got into Married with Children, though. That's another one.
Cosby Show, if you can set aside the fact that
Cosby
he's a predator
Show.
now.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second.
Let's not.
You don't want to talk about it? Cosby Show. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. That's all I'll say about it.
Just takes away all its meanings when we're trying to.
Well, especially that sitcom is based on morals.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What else is on there that's old and good? Lots of old. The Honeymooners is on.
Love Honeymooners. That's for Perfect Strangers. That's where they got their whole gimmick, their whole kick, because it's basically just like the Honeymooners, you know, revisited.
Not Prime, but Tyyye. If you guys have it in the States,
Tyyye,
I'm not sure.
Tyyye, right?
Yeah, it's a free application here, and it's got some good stuff and some really weird stuff, but it's all free.
Yep. I get it on my Xbox One. There's Prime, obviously. There's Tyyye. What's another one you watch?
For those streaming applications, well, I switch back and forth. Like Prime, I keep it because it's the cheapest, and I have a subscription for like the Fire Stick. I had to get one, so
Fire Stick.
So I have that, but I've switched back and forth between Crave and Disney Plus, and I've tried a couple of different applications.
Boy Meets World, another favorite of mine. Speaking of Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, big on this.
Wonder Years, obviously.
The streaming applications. Once we can cancel cable, they have things packaged weirdly for us in Canada. So for us to bundle up, they include cable, and it's ridiculously expensive for internet and
you can't get it separated. There's no option. You
can't get it separated, but it's so much cheaper if you're not using it.
Yeah. Yep. That's funny how that works out.
Well, they do it because they want to.
All about the Benjamins, yeah. Wonder Years, Boy Meets World. Full House never really got into. Fuller House, awful. Family Matters I loved. I mean, because again, that was a spin-off from Perfect Strangers because of Harriet, the elevator driver, operator. And then, sorry?
Always Friends.
Friends, for sure. Always been a staple. Christ, we have every fucking episode memorized by now.
Still gets me, though.
Oh, yeah. Friends is a great show. That's some pretty goddamn good writing right there. Home Improvement, I already mentioned that. Yep. Kev says Buck Rogers, 25th Century. Dad used to watch that. I remember seeing it with them. I just never got involved in it really. But I mean, it was cool for what I saw. I just saw a few here and there. Because he'd be downstairs sitting in his chair, right? Like sitting in the den just watching his TV shows just so he could just get away from Mom for a little while. Probably away from me too. I used to love sitting with him though. You know, I'd have my little snacks and stuff, and I'd be sitting there and, you know, apples, cheese, pizza, dipping in pizza sauce. You know what I mean? Like just whatever. And I just like spending time with my dad. So I'd be watching a lot of stuff. Kev says Cosby. Oh no, I know. It ruins the whole fucking thing. Yeah, let's not go there. Kev's got a question for you. It says on your Fire Stick, how much storage?
Not sure.
We
I'm
really
not
don't know.
sure how much storage, so I'm just using it as the streaming device that it's intended to be. So
Yeah, we just
for
stream.
those people who don't know, it just basically turns your TV into a smart TV where you can download and run apps on it. Some of them already come with certain devices, like Apple TV might have something different set up than a Fire Stick, or like a Roku might have something different. Some of them come with, and some of them, the application is free, but the program itself requires payment. So it just kind of depends on which ones they are.
Yep.
And which company you're going through.
True.
So I don't need them all. I just add and delete as
you go along.
Yeah.
Preference. Personal.
Yeah. Switch it up.
I do the same thing. I mean, that's all her really. I mean, I watch the Fire Stick and for YouTube mostly. I'm obviously a huge YouTube freak. Disney Plus, just for Boy Meets World and whatever. I'll watch that on occasion in the room because we have it in the bedroom. It's not out here.
You use your Xbox.
I use my Xbox, out here for mostly streaming stuff or a lot of YouTube. I literally basically what I watch for TV. Just creative content. So let's get back to the comments here. Kev says 80 is enough. I never really watched that. To be honest, maybe a couple episodes, but I don't remember much of it. Lisa's in here right behind me, man. She's right. We just use that as a stream. She does more than I do, streaming device. But Kev just said, "Hey, Lisa made a comment. Yay!" Yeah.
It's mainly it's a different setup. Like you like to game, and I like being around, but at the same time, unless I'm involved in gaming, which I'm not really up to date with most of the modern
You don't need to be.
I'll just find something else to watch, which is why there's another one in the bedroom here. They don't send the same boxes for different kinds of TVs.
Or converters or whatever.
So, yeah, exactly. So, our TV in the bedroom won't run YouTube on the box that we have through Bell, which is our service provider here.
Yeah, no, which is weird.
But we'll run it on the living room TV because it's a more advanced piece of technology, but yet it's still running through the converter, so I don't understand how it it's just to
Weird
make
setup.
you pay more money, I gather.
Oh yeah, everything's about money, for sure. But yeah, getting back to storage, I'm not even sure. Usually I'm on top of that stuff, but again, you just use it to stream. That's it. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, before you download anything, you check to see how much.
Oh yeah, because you have to have playing room for it, for sure. It's no different than this old piece of junk, and I'm doing this, right? And barely, I'm barely able to function on YouTube Live, but I still do it, because I have to check the specs and I have to make sure that I check over the computer pretty much weekly, and it's a lot of work, but I still have some playing space on my old motherboard that I got, so so far so good. It's gonna be a sad day when this thing dies, though.
It's died and been resuscitated a few times already.
A couple of times, yeah. Thank you, potatoes. Let's see. Kev says Battlestar Galactica with Lorraine Green. I used to like Battlestar Galactica back. I was young, man. I've always been a Trekkie. I've always been a Star Trek guy. Not a big fan of Star Wars. I know I probably just piss people off right there, but I don't care. I'm a Star Trek fan. Depends on the series, though. My favorites are Next Generation and Voyager myself, but Deep Space Nine can suck a moose down. Is that what you said? Moose down, yeah. Let's see. Kev says, yes, I have a Fire Stick. Oh, you got one too? You don't have storage to download and keep the movies. I mean,
you actually take care of that stuff on the computer, and you have certain files or
yeah.
I've never I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared I'm going to break something. Let's put it that way.
And I don't really know anything much more than she does about fire sticks. I never really get into it. So, Kev says sounds very involved. Yeah, it's quite the process. I mean, you know, that's why I always like to keep things simple because it's simple. Kev says booze on. Yeah, well, he had to make something Canadian, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know, streaming objects and. Oh, well, you know, who knows? We might have an option soon enough, but that's how they get you. You know, you have to subscribe to this. Is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I don't really spend a whole lot of time watching TV series per se. I just watch a lot of YouTube and background shit and stuff that I study and always on top of things. And I would try to be. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm not the worst at it either. Depends on the context sensitive. Depends on what you're in terms of what a guy. I think that's Kev's cue to call it. Yeah, I won't argue with that. I have to go eat anyway. So
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, it was good. It was good. So I'm gonna go sink my teeth into some chicken fried rice with egg. And what?
Egg roll.
What?
I was just thinking of Vic's video with his mom, Victoria, with the egg roll or the
Eggnog. Eggnog. Yeah. I forget what the title of that. My favorite. We're talking about Vic DiBitetto. He's a YouTube creator on YouTube. He's the funniest comedian I've come across in a long fucking time. Talked to him a couple of times. Really nice guy. Huge fan. I'll always support his channel. He's in my featured spot, I think, on this homepage here. If you go to, you got to watch it at least once. Like, you're gonna love his mother-in-law. She's like 80 years old now. She's 81 actually, and she's like strictly like Italian. She came from Buttes. She speaks.
Or that's what she speaks.
That's what she speaks. That's the dialect. I think that's Vilde. But anyways, really Italian. So super cute. Some of the things she says. Anyway, one of my very favorite Vic DiBitetto videos. It's anything to do with his mother-in-law. First of all, I'll always watch that. But it's the black coffee one. Go check that one out. It's hilarious. And the one that we're talking about, the eggnog one, eggnog. That's the Thanksgiving. I think it's the day after Thanksgiving. They're having leftovers. I don't know what the title was, but if you type it, yeah, you'll see it. And
so many good ones.
Vic tries to get her to say certain things or whatever. He's grabbing stuff from his fridge, and she's so cute. She's naturally funny. What were you saying, sorry?
Any one of the videos that she is in, like I wish she
like
was
I said,
my grandmother. Yeah. I would beg that woman to adopt me.
Yeah, I spend all my time with her. I mean, that, you know, the way she cooks even too, you know. But anyway, very Italian, very, very sweet, you know, very gentle. And Vic just bothers the shit right out of her. It's so funny. You know, of course he does that respectfully, you know, because that's his mother-in-law, you know. It's his wife's mother. But and Vic treats her so well. He's a very sweet, sweet man. It's you got to check it out. Let's have a good night. You too, Steph. Thanks for popping in there, my dear. And thanks for everybody else who popped in. You know, Jer, Kev, Flav. I don't know where Flav went. Hopefully everything's okay. Everybody, thank you. Really appreciate it. Julian, if you're still here, thank you very much. Bone Daddy. Trav, yes, he's not here now, but yes, I'll probably watch this back. I will get a hold of you at some point, or vice versa. Long overdue. Just a busy boy, man, and I took the last couple of days off to, you know, just get back to me and rest because I'm going through a lot of pain and trying to, you know, somehow normalize that. So, yeah. So working tomorrow and then off Friday. So who knows? I might be able to put up another one here on Friday. By the way, I did the floors earlier. I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah, I seen. I was waiting to talk about things with you till later.
Fair enough. I was going to do that Friday, but I'm glad I got it done tonight because I just want to get it done. So, Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Then I work Saturday, Sunday, and then Sunday very latest I'll know my schedule for next week, just like usual. So I'll let you all know for sure. Anything else you want to add, Kev, before we go, or you want to call it? I agree. It's fine with me. It's been again, it's been another nice live, man. I really appreciate these last couple. It's always nice to hang out with all of you for a couple hours, man. Just shoot the shit. Nope, Kev says, nope, time for bed. All right, man. Well, I hope you have a great sleep. Stay safe while you're at the truck stop, my man. And safe travels back home, whenever that's going to be. Hopefully you'll be home for the weekend. That's what your usual goal is, as far as I know. Stay safe. Jerry, you too. Everybody. God bless, be well. Remember, I thought so. See, it pays to pay attention. Definitely pays to pay attention. Everybody's favorite good guy, Tyyye, Superman, and Wonder Woman over there, I guess. No, Lisa. We wish you all well. So have a great one, and I will see you soon. That is a promise. So yeah, hopefully we see you sooner to have a couple of sipskis with.
Well, he's a couple thousand miles away.
Only a couple. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah. Anyways, we're calling it. Y'all be well. Take care. God bless. And y'all have a good one. And Kev says, yes, the wonderful Lisa, good night. She gave you the Iggy.
Oh, he said good night.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here. Y'all take care, okay? Seriously. Check in with me, please.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah, what she said. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.